hook in readers and gain their attention. This is the first challenge of an author. But how do you write an effective hook? Well, this video will answer that question. Welcome authors to Next Level Writing. In this video, we will identify 10 hook strategies that you can use to grab a reader's attention so that they continue reading your writing. Before we begin, please take a moment to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. A shout out to Ashlyn, Lily, Rosie and Zoe. Thanks for supporting the channel. Now that I have you hooked, let's look at the hook strategies. Hook Strategy 1. Action. The world is not a stagnant place. There are actions happening all the time. A great hook strategy is highlighting these actions because it throws the reader into the story and engages their imagination. Here are 3 examples of the action hook strategy. Notice how it does not have to be the character that is performing an action. For example, in the first one, the water is doing the action, and the last one, the flies are doing the action. Hook Strategy 2. Dialogue. Characters talking to one another can be an excellent way to hook in a reader. Not only does it introduce characters, but, done correctly, it can also reveal other important parts of a story. And here are 3 examples of the dialogue hook strategy. For each of these examples, you can begin to piece together the relationship between the 2 characters by the way that they speak to each other and the words that have been spoken. Hook Strategy 3. Rhetorical questions. Rhetorical questions are effective writing tools because they instantly engage the reader. These types of questions require no response, but encourage the reader to consider the perspective of the author. Here are 3 examples of rhetorical questions that could be used as hooks. Rhetorical questions are also an excellent way to start formal writing, such as essays or persuasive texts. Hook Strategy 4. Quotes. We are extremely fortunate that we can easily locate the words used by great minds of the past. Quotes are engaging because they are often thought-provoking and the reader may have already heard them. Quotes are also fantastic when writing formal pieces such as essays. And here are 3 examples of quotes that could be used to hook in a reader. Notice in the 3rd example that fictional characters could also be used to quote from. Hook Strategy 5. Similes. Similes are a literary device where you compare something to another thing. Similes are appealing to an audience because they create images in the reader's head, resulting in them making a connection with your writing. And here are 3 examples of similes that could be used to hook in a reader and start a piece of your writing. Hook Strategy 6. Senses. People interact with the world using their senses. Focusing on senses to describe an opening scene can thrust the reader into the story and engage with their imagination. An advanced tip: you don't need to use all senses, just focus on 2 or 3. And here is an example of how you could use senses to hook in a reader. For this example, the focus of the senses are on hearing with the fire alarm and smell, the smoke. Hook Strategy 7. Character. Characters are the who in your writing. Focusing on a character in the opening paragraph helps to establish a connection between the reader and your writing, with the outcome being that they are likely to read on. Here is the first example of the character hook strategy. Here we are introduced to Agent Hooper, and we instantly want to know what was in the letter and why he'll have a sleepless night. And here is the second example. In this example, we are introduced to Esmeralda, and we are wondering, why is she working so hard and what is she trying to achieve? Hook Strategy 8. Setting. The setting of your story is an opportunity to capture the imagination of your reader. describing the setting can instantly transport the reader to the location of your story. And here are 3 examples of the setting hook strategy. In the first one, we are introduced to a setting surrounding an event called the launch. In the second one, ice and snow reveal the long winter. And lastly, we are introduced to a setting of a great city called Great Numa. Hook Strategy 9, Thought or Statement. A provoking thought or statement can add intrigue to your opening paragraph. The purpose of thought or statement is to encourage the reader to ask a question, and the only way to answer the question is for them to read on. For these examples, I will highlight the intended question along with the hook. In the first example, we are introduced with a statement that Trogdor was feared by all, and straight away the questions are, who is Trogdor and why are they feared? In the next example, we are introduced with a statement, love is always challenging, and 2 characters, Hugh and Lucy. The intended question is, why was love challenging for Hugh and Lucy? Hook Strategy 10, Mix and Match. Finally, we have mix and match. Mix and match involves combining different hook strategies together to make an exciting beginning. In essence, it is about creating your own style as an author. And here is the example for the mix and match hook strategy. In this example, we see the combination of the setting and character strategies. The character is named Thread, and the setting is a mountain town called Hitchton, where creativity is not valued. And that, authors, is that. 10 hook strategies for you to add to your repertoire as a writer. Why not give them a go and find out which one works for you? And as always, remember to like and subscribe and keep striving to take your writing to the next level.